Hello everyone, my name is Garrett.
This is Jabyns.
And welcome back to Cross Country Comments. So we are really excited because we are recording episodes back to back right now to get ready for the trip that's happening. And we're sitting here like, what can we talk about? Not that we're trying to be like, oh no, we have to find things to talk about, but it's just like, what are we into right now that we want to share? Because
and in the news right now, it's already stuff that we talked about. It's just getting worse. But one big one is like Star Wars. But we already made so many Star Wars centric episodes that we're trying to like deviate that, take a little break, and see what other stuff that we might hate or like, or something that we want to discuss too. So, like you said, we're doing 2 episodes back to back. Expect them to be Marvel. These are going to be Marvel episodes now.
Yes, they are. So I guess we'll just get started. I'll do the first one, you do the second one.
Did we talk about Rise of Hydra last week?
Yeah. That's
sorry.
That's the episode for us going out tomorrow. For the people watching this episode, it'll be last week's episode.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get straight to it. So, first thing that we are going to talk about that we didn't talk about because it came out when we were on hiatus. Is the Deadpool 3 trailer.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Like, we would have never thought, especially because Hugh Jackman announced his retirement after Logan, which, you know, was kind of a perfect send-off, to be fair. Logan is one of my favorite Marvel movies. So, perfect send-off for the character. But then the freaking trailer where the announcement trailer where Ryan Reynolds was just sitting on the couch and he goes, "Hey, Hugh." And he starts walking upstairs and he's just like, "You want to play Wolverine again?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he just walks upstairs. I was like, that's how they announce it? And then they dropped the trailer while we were on hiatus. And holy crap, dude. Like, first of all, I have a feeling that multiple actors and actresses from the Fox movies are going to be in this movie. Because...
I'll confirm they are.
Yeah, they are. Because, like, in one of the takes of the trailer, you see him in front of the Fox Studios... What is it? Fox Studios logo?
20th Century Fox, yeah.
20th Century Fox. You see him in front of the 20th century logo. And he's just, like, slicing and dicing. And I saw that and I was like, there's fourth wall breaking, and then there's going to be what they're doing in this movie. Because I don't know. There's just always been something classic about the banter between Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, even if you go to the old school, like, Avengers TV shows, or like the X-Men TV show sometimes. I think they were featured a little bit in there. But there was a few cartoons where they were featured together. And then there was the Deadpool game where they were featured together. And then just like obviously in the comics and stuff. But it's just, they have the funniest relationship in the entire comic everything, in my opinion. Because they are polar opposites. And I heard in this movie, they are doing it to where he's going to go around and find different versions of Logan. And he's going to essentially find one to, I don't know what he's going to help him do, but help him do something. But he's going to find different versions of Logan. And
I think Deadpool's working for the TVA.
Oh, that's right. I watched the complete trailer and forgot TVA was in it. I got so enticed by Deadpool and Wolverine. But something for the TVA. And, like, this is a perfect chance for them to take actors that would have played or were in the running to play Wolverine and just throw them in as versions of Wolverine. And, like, have fun with that. But then seeing Hugh Jackman in his classic yellow and blue with the mask, like, this... And I know we've said this about other projects, and we've been very wrong. But if they do this right, this could put Marvel back on track for being good movies.
Yes.
If they do it right.
Yeah.
So I am pumped. Anyway, I ramble. Go ahead.
No, that was a little ramble. I was expecting more.
Oh no, I have
I'm
more, but I'm giving
excited.
you a chance.
No, I got you. I'm just excited about these contracts because guess who just signed a Marvel contract? Henry Cavill. So now people are saying that Henry Cavill might be a Wolverine, or
Mm,
he's going to be some kind of mutant going forward in Marvel.
dude,
So we might see him as a variant.
a variant, or did he sign a contract for Deadpool 3?
No, just for Marvel. Like it got released a few weeks ago, or
Yeah.
maybe a month ago. That because DC dropped him, and then Marvel's like, oh, you know what? Let's pick him back up. We have use for him, so he might make it appearance in Deadpool 3 as Wolverine. Because they what Disney Marvel, what they do is they already have contracts signed, but they choose when they want to tell people to the public because it doesn't just happen and then they tell it to the public. Now, since their movies have been successful at this point, they wait for those announcements for the case of who are these actors going to be, and all these leaks and stuff like that. So we don't know what he's playing as, but because now we're getting news about it before Deadpool 3 comes out, and this is the only Marvel movie that they have been promoting so far, people are saying that Henry Cavill might show up as a variant of as Wolverine him. And also, this hasn't been confirmed with the contract, but Daniel Radcliffe,
Oh,
Harry Potter.
absolutely. If because here's the thing,
So
he's
yeah,
been in the running to play Wolverine since Hugh Jackman retired. He was being
yeah,
campaigned to play Wolverine. And
yeah.
so I don't doubt that he's going to make an appearance as a variant. Henry Cavill, there's one person, and there's a reason for this. There's one person in Marvel who came to mind when I thought Henry Cavill.
If you are saying Sentry, yeah, you idiot.
Because
I
I
knew
know
it. I knew
I
it. I knew it. You wanted to have amnesia. I knew it.
I know that they had originally signed on the guy from The Walking Dead, I forget his name,
Yes.
to play Sentry,
Yes.
but because of scheduling conflicts, he had to drop out. Which why would you drop out of a Marvel movie? That's stupid.
No, but
But
also I think because and this is a stretch, but I think it's also because he's Asian. I think he also said like because the look of the character, it wouldn't be what people are used to. So I think he also was afraid of him not living up to the hype of honing that character just because of the
mm,
way he looks. If you actually like take a look, and I don't mean just his face, even though the face, but also like his frame and his height is not up to Sentry standards. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The Sentry is literally a Superman with amnesia. So
he's Superman
I
with
don't really see that.
amnesia, and in my opinion, a little bit stronger since he literally has the power of the sun. Um, but anyway,
Well, for the Superman,
Superman gets his power from the sun. Sentry is the power of the sun. So
have you seen All Star Superman or read it?
no.
In the beginning of the story, he obtains a new power just by touching a solar flare. He creates a whole force field through his eyes, picking up a huge space pod. In the beginning, and he's able to carry over 100 quintillion tons. And at the end of the movie, when he dies, he explodes in energy in the sun and is fixing the sun. Yeah, you should watch All Star Superman.
Yes, I should. Apparently. Uh,
Yeah.
anyways, but yes, if I can't see Henry Cavill playing anyone else but Sentry. Even
Yeah.
like, I mean, maybe if he got the mutton chops, he could play a version of like a funny version of Wolverine for a minute. But like,
Mm-hmm.
if he signed a contract, I don't see who else they could put him as but Sentry. Like, there is no one
Right.
else in my brain other than
You
like
know what? I could see him as a Doctor Doom low key.
Doctor. Oh,
Fantastic
ooh.
Four.
I had another person in mind as well. Okay,
Who?
so we have Sentry. You said Doctor Doom, which I could kind of see that. He would have
No,
to
the thing.
rip.
But think about it first. Have you seen other movies that Henry Cavill has been in like serious movies like Mission Impossible or
Yes, I've seen Mission Impossible, where he does the freaking.
Huntsman or whatever?
Uh, you said the what?
And the other movie, The Huntsman or whatever.
Huntsman.
Actually, no, forget about. Have you seen The Witcher?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I figured that. Okay. Well, in The Witcher, I know you're gonna watch it, but The Witcher, oh my goodness, he plays the heck out of Geralt, and
Okay.
Geralt is serious. Like Geralt is all like this, unless
Yeah.
he's talking to like Siri or someone, but he's always like this, and he has a really deep voice. Dude, Henry played that to a T. It perfect. So I know that his like acting ability is. So I want to see him as a villain though. I really want to see him as a villain, Loki. So if I see him as Doctor Doom for the Fantastic Four movie, I'll be extremely happy. But
Okay.
what was your thought on Henry Cavill?
The third person, and this is a stretch because I don't know if they would do this to Henry Cavill, but
Okay.
they could because Thor's kind of doing his own thing now. They could bring in Beta Ray Bill.
Yo. Oh. Wait. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Where's Mjolnir right now?
Broken.
Jane died. Where's his daughter has it.
Yes, that's right. His daughter has Mjolnir, but Beta Ray Bill doesn't use Mjolnir.
No, he uses Stormbreaker, I know, but maybe he can wield if they want to keep because Chris Hemsworth signed on for another contract for Marvel for longer. So if they do bring in Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray, I honestly would have to. It would have to be Mjolnir if he's worthy. It would have to be Mjolnir because I'm not sure if they would bring in Beta Ray Bill just yet, just because love is there.
True. Yeah, I don't know if they would bring him in that
like,
soon, but I mean, just the concept of Henry Cavill as Beta Ray Bill is pretty cool. But I think
honestly that would be perfect. Seeing a janitor just all of a sudden, boom! Oh my god, I used to love reading that comic book.
And
that's awesome.
I will say the top pick though is Sentry, obviously.
I think we both can agree on that.
Yeah,
but we wouldn't be mad if we saw him as a variant version of Wolverine, though. We wouldn't be mad.
Wouldn't be mad at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue about Deadpool.
Oh, that's right. What I'm also excited for is because they already teased it in the trailer. I'm not sure if you peeped it. Guess who was in the trailer? That I actually had to watch it twice because one of the people that we saw that looked random looked familiar to me. Guess who that is?
I saw him. I know who you're talking about. It's the it's not Heat Wave. It's the Fire Wave dude from the X-Men movies.
Yes, his name is Pyro.
So
I'm really excited to see how Pyro is in the movie, and I'm also wondering what does this mean for different variants through whatever timelines Deadpool is going through. Because if we see Pyro, I want to see Bobby again. I want to see Bobby again.
If Pyro is like that old man sitting on the throne or whatever he's doing, what if we see Bobby come up in just like this hood and he looks like an old man or whatever, and then he looks up and it's the beard and he's the Omega level Iceman.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Even if we get a glimpse, I'll be okay. I don't need him to do his crazy stuff. Even if we see him crystallize, I'm okay. I just want to see Bobby around Pyro, and I want them to like go head to head again. I want them to have another X-Men Last Stand beef again. That's what I want.
I'm sorry, but why is the first thing in my mind like a big fight between Pyro and Iceman, just like big visual effects.
Yes.
And then just in the middle of the fight, it pans down and you just see Deadpool in like a rapper outfit just start singing Ice Ice Baby as he's like moving around in the middle of the battle.
That's so perfect, though.
It would
Honestly,
work.
that's so perfect.
It would work.
That would work. That would work. Honestly, that's so. That would last on TikTok for 8 months. Yeah. But no, but just seeing Pyro, that makes me excited just to see who else from the Fox universe timeline will show up in terms of like even like cameos, appearances, whatever. And I want to see how this buddy cop thing goes with Deadpool and Wolverine. Because again, the title isn't Deadpool 3, even though it is Deadpool 3. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. So that means that it's a buddy cop thing. Because obviously Deadpool recruits Wolverine just because he likes Hugh Jackman. That's the only reason why he's in the movie. It's because Deadpool wanted to recruit Hugh Jackman. So meta. So it's gonna be a buddy cop thing, and I'm not sure if they're gonna go that route because it is still a kind of Wolverine movie as well. I want to see if they are going to tug on the emotional aspects of these characters.
Each Jabyns,
so far.
Real quick, you're cutting out real bad, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. 2 seconds.
1 second.
Sorry, guys.
We're back.
We're back. Okay. No, but what I was saying was with the oh crap. Wait, okay. So far with the Deadpool movies, there's some kind of emotional attachment that they've had with 1 and 2. Obviously Vanessa's alive now because he changed his own timeline. So Vanessa's alive. What are they gonna try to tackle Wolverine's emotional aspect? Because that's one thing that I love about movies in general is the emotional aspect of the characters. Like, I know it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be fun, like it's gonna be insane. But I liked Deadpool 1 because he had a problem that he couldn't get through, and he had to get through it and somehow find a way to be somehow just like scramble the pieces that was broken inside him. Same thing for the second movie. His woman just died, and he needs to find a way to gather all the pieces that he has to be better, and finds out he has a family out of that. So now, what's going to be the moral of this Deadpool movie, and is that going to include like Wolverine having his own little like character arc, or is this Hugh Jackman's last movie? Like, I'm confused. I have a lot more questions than excitement. Like, I'm excited about it, but I just have a lot of questions in terms of these characters because I'm scared that it's going to be like just a fun throwaway movie rather than actually focusing on the characters.
I feel like
emotionally.
I feel like there is going to be an emotional tie to it because it's going to be like, Deadpool probably finding out about Wolverine. I'm sure, and he's already made Wolverine references, so he knows about Wolverine at the very least. And so he is going to play it as like a buddy cop movie, which, I mean, I'm looking forward to. I've wanted to see that movie for so long. But
no, yeah, me too.
But at the same time, I feel like there is going to be like a brother connection between him and Wolverine that Wolverine will never admit. But like, they're going to save each other if something goes wrong. And on top of that, I feel like this is a reset movie. So I feel like this is a movie that they can go, oh, Deadpool's with the TVA now. Guess what? Every Fox mutant in a different form is now in the MCU. Oh, and the Fantastic Four? Yeah, no, they're a thing now. So, like, Deadpool literally sees scenes of the Marvel movies in the TVA. And so I feel like he's not going to change too much where it's like, oh, Iron Man's back. No, that's not going to happen. But I feel like he's going to see enough and then mess enough things up to where by the end of the movie, I don't know, the vision that I see in my head is like almost like a Days of Future Past ending, where he like
Mhm.
wakes up as Deadpool and Wolverine's over here chilling or whatever, and then he walks up and maybe different actors or whatever, different school, but he like starts seeing a bunch of X-Men and like a bunch of like Inhumans maybe, and like it's normal in
Mhm.
this world now.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, something like that to where it's like, oh shoot, like a better version of the Flash ending. Like where everything is changed and old people are back, or maybe old characters and new actors are back, but now they can expand the universe with that. You know?
It
Like
just sucks because the MCU is so cluttered now. But one thing that I'm thinking about that makes it so cluttered is, I gotta be honest, is the scrolls.
yeah.
Secret Invasion kind of ruined. I'm not gonna lie, it ruined everything. So
Mhm.
now I'm questioning everything,
Cuz
and I
that
don't want to be doing that.
yeah, cuz of that reveal with Rhodey and everything.
Right. So like literally everyone's a scroll now. Like I was okay with Far From Home and Hill and Fury being scrolls just because Fury is on a mission or whatever. Like that was fine. But like half of the planet like being scrolls already, like what does that say for like if all of a sudden mutants are a thing in the MCU? Like because they already teased that for um Miss Marvel because she's our first mutant,
Technically, yeah.
and and Namor, he's our next mutant, but like not really.
Mhm.
They just use the word just because now they own it. But technically, Miss Marvel is like the first mutant. So what does this mean? Like has everyone like in the MCU for this long amount of time have been hiding their powers, or are they gonna retcon it to make it to where no, the Magneto thing still happened in World War II. We just haven't heard anything yet, or like
I feel
I don't
like
know.
I feel like Marvel knows how bad they've been messing up. Like they know
Yeah.
it. So what they're going to do is they're gonna retcon it, but number one in the
Ugh.
funniest way, which I'm not a huge fan of. But if it makes Marvel movies from here on out better, I'm kind of okay with it because
Retconning is such a bad taste in my mouth now.
I agree.
I'm so tired of prequel stuff.
I am 100% with you, but with how, like you said, the MCU is cluttered right now. So with how
Yeah.
cluttered the MCU is, if they don't reset it, there's going to be so many loose ends. I mean, like a ridiculous amount of stuff that just has no payoff. So, and that's for shows, for movies, for end credits, for whatever. So many things that don't have any payoff whatsoever. So if Deadpool goes in and retcons a lot of things, not too many things, but enough to where it's not grounded, because I mean mutants have never been grounded, but retcon enough to where it's recognizable as Marvel, it's newer, and
Mhm.
it's understandable and not a jumbled mess. If he can accomplish those three things with a retcon, I'm in.
So, do you think with him saying, "I know it's a joke," but I'm leaning in towards what he's trying to do. With him saying he's Marvel's
Marvel
Jesus,
Jesus,
do
yeah.
you think he means as in like as like a joke, as in okay, Marvel movies are back, or do you think that's a oh no, I'm gonna clean this all up to where it makes uh to where he kind of like changes stuff in the actual MCU so that
uh,
things can get better.
I
Because
personally,
fans right now are complaining, whether it's like are complaining about everything right now, even about the Marvels, about She-Hulk, about this whole bunch of stuff that Marvel has been putting out that has been flops. And Deadpool knows that watching this stuff. And he even said in the trailer, like he knows we're watching the trailer, so he knows what Disney Marvel is doing. Do you think he's like, okay, it's time for me to fix this stuff for you guys, or was that just a joke just to make us hype?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like it definitely is something to make us hype. And
Definitely.
be like, oh freak, what is Deadpool gonna do? But I
Mm-hmm.
also think that them bringing Deadpool in, he is like the wildest of wild cards that you can bring into the MCU. So,
Definitely.
like, they did a whole run of where he killed every single Marvel superhero. Like, dude is the most unpredictable person in all of Marvel. So, if you're gonna bring
Yeah.
him into a movie having to do with time travel, yeah, he's gonna screw up some stuff and change some stuff to where it I don't know. I feel like everything was on track in 2019 and then the pandemic hit and then they just leaned into all the wrong things. And they leaned
Yeah.
into everything with a bad view on everything and then not enough time for VFX and all this stuff. What would be cool, not retconning to where every character over the last 4 years is gone because we don't want that. But retconning to where essentially taking it as Tony did. Like in Endgame, when he said, whatever happened over the last 5 years, I want to keep it, but I also want the old back. So what I mean by that is like take Spider-Man No Way Home and occasionally feature, like, if you have a movie where Andrew Garfield makes an appearance or where he is a version of Spider-Man or something like that, great. Or if you have Shang-Chi, who stays Shang-Chi and nothing really changes there, fantastic. But then you take characters like She-Hulk and you change her whole deal. And you
Yeah.
change how she reacts and how she's made. And then you take people like smart Professor Hulk and you give him back Hulk.
Yeah.
And like I kind of just bashed on the Hulk twice. But
You did, but
but
it's true. They messed him up.
yeah, but then you take stuff like I don't know, freaking Black Widow. Not, I know Black Widow's dead. I'm talking like that whole movie and how that was made, and like make the storyline make sense with characters, like with Hulk,
Yeah.
with She-Hulk, with um, trying to think, like with Thor: Love and Thunder. I know you like Thor: Love and Thunder. Don't
No,
you know?
but go ahead. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
But like where it makes sense that maybe Thor is a bit more of a serious character now. Because in my opinion,
Yeah.
he has become too much of a comedian. So
No, definitely.
where
I
Thor
totally agree with that.
where Thor is like not a menace, but like you get on this dude's bad side, you freaking watch out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I feel like he can retcon things in the right way if that's how they're taking this movie.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the possibilities of what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's
Yeah. Yeah. Marvel's really. It feels. I don't know. Weirdly, it feels too late to introduce mutants and the Fantastic Four now.
well, that's the thing. That's the thing. We think that because, in our opinion, Marvel has passed its prime.
No, it's not because it's past its prime. Because they use so many of those elements already.
Yeah.
Like for the Fantastic Four, their main dude, other than Doom, was Kang and Skrulls. That was their thing constantly. No pun intended. That was their thing. So their only villain can't be Doom, and now they're putting the Fantastic Four in the '60s, which honestly I hate. I hate that decision with a passion. Um, unless they like time travel into like now with
Which is
I don't know.
very possible.
Which is very possible, which I don't want to happen. It's just so it sounds so stupid because especially with the Fantastic Four. I said this before, and I had this little rant on a previous episode already. But I'm not gonna go into my rant again. But like, the Fantastic Four was made for a specific time, and their villains and who they went up against, whether it be Galactus or which I would be happy if one of the next villains would be is Galactus for the MCU, but it doesn't make sense when you established a cinematic universe moving forward, going back in time when it's needed. So like Captain Marvel, that was needed for Endgame. Like we can accept that. But only going into the past when needed to set up another movie, not to make a completely new team way back to where we don't even care anymore. Like we moved past the 60s already. We moved past all of that. Like Shield is a thing back then. Like that's when Peggy. That's when Shield is kind of building its prime. We don't care about that anymore. Shield is gone. Like Shield and Hydra are gone. Now we're gonna go right back to where all that stuff is happening, and it just doesn't make sense to go back there if unless they do this again, do this retcon thing to where they to where like let's say Reed Richards sees the possibility of Kang messing up the future, so they need to time travel to the future, and then all of a sudden they team up with the Avengers, and then boom. Which honestly, I would personally hate because I want them to have their own like established character in their like in their city. You know what I mean? A lot of these characters and teams like they don't feel separated anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made it cool at first is that these were separate characters and they needed to come together only when needed. Like Captain America was separate, Iron Man was separate, Thor was separate. Thor was the most separate. Like he had to deal with 9 other planets. Wait, no,
9
other planets.
realms.
Yeah, he had to deal with 8 other realms. So like he was separate from everyone and only came to Earth when needed. You know what I mean? So like, but now it feels like everyone is getting like is with another person or connecting for way too long, and it sucks because they're not having their. It feels like they're not having their own stories either, and that's why I liked Moon Knight so much because that was his own story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was something new. That was something crazy, and it was still time was of the essence, and casualties were going up. Like it needed to stop. And one of the best things that ever had character development in Marvel of all time. I'm still standing next to that. Moon Knight, in my eyes, was perfect, but it just seems like everything is connecting with everything, which was cool at first, but now it's becoming too much to where like now it's connecting with the characters feels like it's going to be so much harder, and that's what I'm afraid of for the mutants is because that their whole shtick is connecting with them and their problems in society. But now, literally, in every Marvel thing that you watch from either from 2012 Avengers or let's say no, let's go further ahead from Endgame and up. Everyone is not surprised with superhero people showing up and robots going everywhere. Like that's a normal thing now, and you hear people like talk about that like it's the norm. Even in Agents of Shield, like there was already powerful people during Winter Soldier time and a little bit before Winter Soldier time. So what is that going to mean for the mutants now?
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. I think where we both stand generally on it is we're both very, very hesitant. We're not, and I'm not talking about Deadpool 3 here. I'm talking about the future of Marvel. Future of Marvel, we're both very, very, very hesitant. because there's so many things that they have to take care of in order to make it
Mhm.
a good universe again. Because
Honestly, weirdly I want a reboot.
yeah, no, I'm kind of right there with you.
No, like
Um,
if it's now that they have the rights to almost every single, they actually have the actually no, they have the rights to every single Marvel person now because they
mhm,
even had this contract with Sony to where to where Disney Marvel owns Peter, like
mhm,
the actual character Peter. So they own Peter, and Sony can only use Peter in animated and video games. They
mhm.
can't use them for live action anymore.
Yeah.
So
So
literally, Disney owns every single Marvel character now.
yeah. So there's a lot of possibilities, and a reboot would be amazing if they did it right. If they did it right, but
Mm-hmm.
I think just being cautious and watchful because, but I am glad that they're not continuously still releasing Marvel stuff. That Deadpool and Wolverine is the one of the only things they're releasing this year.
Yeah,
I'm very
I'm happy
happy.
about that.
Yeah, but I think we're both very excited about the movie in general, though. Um,
Yes.
so even if it is just a funny buddy cop movie, I will take it. Like if
Yeah,
you,
definitely. I just want to have fun.
yeah, if you would have told 18-year-old me, hey, Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be in a funny buddy cop movie where they crash all of Fox, I would be like, huh?
Right.
But and guess who's playing them? Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. All right, that's a fan film.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Right. That's fan fiction.
yeah. So we're both very excited about that. But anyway, let's get on to the next subject. And this is a subject that Jabyns shared with me 10 minutes before recording, and then I watched it. And but I already have some thoughts on it. But I want him to share his thoughts first.
Yes, so Marvel is now releasing a new live service game. I know for sure that it's going to be for next gen consoles and obviously for PC because they're releasing alpha versions for PC soon in May. But it is Marvel's Rivals. I am not exaggerating when I say this. It's literally exactly Overwatch, just with Marvel skins. Um, I'm very indifferent, and I'm kind of in this, I guess you can say, detox of live service games. So I actually stopped playing Fortnite for a little bit. Like remember when I would buy the battle pass every single year? Well, every single season. I'm stopping this season. Even though this season is pretty good, but I'm stopping. And in terms of Overwatch, I'm chilling out on that. I still have that downloaded, but I'm still chilling on that. I just felt like I was spending too much money on live service games. So it's me trying to balance, and I've kind of been focused on more like more simple, basic games. So I'm already kind of like iffy that it's a live service thing, but it's multiplayer, which is great. So like you and I can play, obviously. But that's what I'm bothered by. It's just Overwatch with Marvel, and it just sucks because I don't want this to overcloud like my hype for it being a Marvel game and the fact that we can be any Marvel character we want and just go crazy. I'm heavily thinking about the microtransactions and the seasons and battle passes, and that Disney just wants another thing to just grab money from. Like, I don't know. I'm very indifferent. Like the trailer of it looks awesome. Even the changes that they made, like the gender swapping, I don't mind for some characters because this is like in a completely different universe. But I don't know. It's just the microtransaction thingy, and I'm really tired of the battle pass mechanic thing. It's actually like I feel like it's like a virus. But the gameplay looks good, but I'm just very indifferent.
Yeah, I okay. So they can do this a right way and they can do this a wrong way.
Yeah.
Because if they go with the Overwatch 1 formula, and maybe they won't have loot boxes or whatever, But if they go with the Overwatch 1 formula, but Battle Pass, but do it the right way. Because if they follow Overwatch 2, that's the wrong way to do it. Because
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 right now, it's like, oh, pay $25 for these 3 skins. And it's like, are you kidding me? And then you can start playing the Battle Pass or like buy the Battle Pass, but you don't get enough credits to then buy the next Battle Pass unless you're on it like every single day grinding.
Yeah.
So they ruined Overwatch with that. And the loot box mechanic in the old Overwatch was actually really good. Like,
that was so fun. Waking up to a new loot box was so rewarding.
Because it was even like you would get on almost every day just to be like, hey, let's get on the arcade and win our 3 daily loot boxes. We wouldn't buy any. We didn't have to buy any loot boxes. I mean, they would give us enough credits in the loot boxes to where we would just get our daily ones. Oh, we got an extra one for this event. Oh, we got an extra one for this event. And then we see like the Halloween event come out and be like, that Junkrat skin is dope. Let me use the credits I've been saving up for the last 6 months. I'm going to buy that.
We earned our way getting those.
Yes, and we played it consistently. And I can't speak for Jabyns here, but me at least. My cousin got me onto the game when it was like 2016, 2017. And like that's one of my most played games of all time. Throughout like the pandemic, throughout like getting through high school, through the first few years of college, I played that game all the time. I think PC and PS4 combined, I had like 850 or 900 hours on the game. So, like, I played the game all the time because the mechanic was good. The gameplay, number one, was good.
It was fantastic. There was no other game like that, too. That's what made it so great.
And the combat wasn't convoluted like it is now. The combat wasn't convoluted. They would balance characters every once in a while, and you would feel it. You would feel the balancing. And it felt like it started to get better. And there was a few bad ones, but I mean, generally it was pretty good. So, and then they would release like a new hero every 3 or 4 months, whatever it was. And then you could immediately play that hero as long as you were quick enough to pick them. And I think that mechanic is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But the fact that in Overwatch 2, you play, and then you have to play some more, and then play a little bit more, and then keep playing in order to unlock someone for free. They're on like level 58 or something is the character. Yeah. Or you could buy them for like $15. It's like that is the worst way to market your game ever. Yeah. But if Marvel can do this so well if they decide to. They could do it a few ways. They could either do a loot box mechanic like the old Overwatch and just start giving like color variants to skins, or like different, like you could have Iron Man have his what is it? It's like the Infinite Iron Man. It's like the white and blue.
Oh, Cosmic?
No. He has Extremis. This Iron Man has Extremis.
Oh, okay.
Like the Invincible, I forget the name of him. Anyway, he's like a really cocky Iron Man. He just has like this halo thing around his head, and he has just like a white and blue suit. But you could have that be like a legendary suit. And that kind of stuff, they could put them in loot boxes. Or if they wanted to do Battle Pass, they could do Battle Pass, but make it simple enough to level up that you get like a decent amount of credits. Or if you decide to pay like 12 or 10 to 12 bucks to buy the Battle Pass, and you decide to put a lot of hours into the game, you then get rewarded with enough credits to where you play enough to where you can then buy the next season's Battle Pass. And
see, that's where I'm like out of it, just because like they're gonna do, I know they're not gonna Overwatch 1 it, because that's not how you get money nowadays. You get money by being as Fortnite as possible. Because as soon as Fortnite got big with it, because that's the only game in my opinion that works the best using the Battle Pass mechanic. they do it the best way. And if you don't have the battle pass, they still give you like free skins of like different objectives and stuff like that. Just just so that you can have some. And even during Christmas time, they give you free skins even if you don't have the battle pass. Like Fortnite with Epic Games with Fortnite has done fantastic when it comes to the battle pass mechanic, and keep wanting to play and still have stuff in your in your locker. No other game has done it like that. Games have tried, and that's why like I don't play Overwatch 2 as much anymore, just because like they have the worst battle pass mechanic, like you said. But I know that because it looks exactly like Overwatch. They're literally looking at Overwatch and saying, "Okay, let's just try to." It literally looks like they just took the game and said, "Okay, let's just do this game," but Marvel hit it. And obviously, we know how greedy Disney is. The only games that Disney has been greedy on so far, in my eyes, with has been Dreamlight Valley and Speedstorm. See, Speedstorm, they got a little greedy, but other than that, like they haven't been too greedy. But if they're looking at Overwatch 2 as a reference, I don't know.
I just hope that they're not looking at Overwatch's 2 model and they're just looking at that type of games model. Because if they're doing that but decide to put their own spin on it, then great. I mean, that's awesome. And I'm not going to lie, some of the ultimate abilities and the fact that you can team up with someone else as like Rocket and Groot, or you could probably team up as people with like Iron Man and Thor, like those kind of mechanics, the little bits they're putting in are really cool. And like the ultimate abilities for like Magic, how she turns into like this freaking, I don't know, red glowing person with this giant sword. That was awesome. And then how like Black Panther has this giant panther that like rushes forward. Doctor Strange uses the time stone to freeze everyone. Like those are sweet. Like just for that fact alone, I'm going to play the game. At least try it out.
Yeah, of course.
But it's the how they handle it in the future. It's how they handle it coming up. Because they're obviously it's going to be a game where they start adding new heroes. And that would be sweet. If they were like, hey, here's Shang-Chi as a villain, and he's a close-up dude, but he does a ton of damage. And they added him, but then, like I said, they could do it one of a few ways. Add him in and just be like, here's a character. Have fun. And just have that be a spike in popularity in the game. Just like, oh, they're releasing a new hero. Let's go play. Like when they released like Sombra, or when they released people like that on Overwatch. It was like, I got her. Sweet. Let's see what she does.
When you didn't have to pay for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got on, you were like, I'm trying to think of other characters that got added. Like Baptiste, how he was like a damage dealer and a healer. Like, and they would add them and be like, bang, let's go play. But they can either do that and then, let us have the character and then put like different skins, different variants, different whatever they put in the battle pass in there. Okay, that's fine. That's cosmetic stuff. Number one, if you get the gameplay right, that's the most important thing. If you make the gameplay fun as crap, you're already going to get people hooked.
And here's my thing. I think we're gonna have to pay for heroes because Overwatch as soon as Apex Legends got big, Overwatch was like, okay, let's change it up, and now you have to pay for heroes just like Apex Legends has to. You know what I mean?
Thing is with Apex Legends, like, yes, you have to play. Let's put it this way. You don't have to buy a battle pass in Apex Legends to get a decent amount of that credit. If you want to.
No, but you need to pay to get the heroes though.
Yes, but the credit you need to pay for them isn't super hard to get.
Yes, it is. Now it is.
Oh, I haven't played in a long time.
No, they messed it up.
Oh gosh.
I'm on Prime Gaming because I have Amazon Prime. And I get like fun cosmetics for like different games like Overwatch 2 and Apex. I got so many Apex Legends skins that I can't use just because there's a character that I didn't buy. And that credits that you get in order to unlock that character or emote or whatever is extremely hard to get. And the easiest way to get them is to buy the battle pass. It's a loop.
I think let's be honest here with each other. I think we're both gonna at least buy the first battle pass if it's good gameplay.
No. That's what I'm saying. If it's good gameplay, it deserves that first battle pass, most definitely. I just don't want to be having to buy a character every season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if we're gonna have to buy a character every season, we're gonna have to put money out of our pocket, not just like grinding in the battle pass to get the certain credits that we need to get the next one, but they're gonna have a thing separate to where we might have to buy a character, or like this character's only in the shop for a second, or because I have a feeling that's exactly what they're going to do. Because the problem is that Marvel has so many characters that they can use. So many characters that they can use. So they're gonna flush them out as much as possible money wise, especially if they're gonna do it in a live service game. And if we have these other live service games, these are the highest live service games. You need to buy stuff in order to have the full experience so far. Unless it's like simple, like online, the little like online multiplayer, just a quick match and that's it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when you want a full experience in a live service game, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's
and I know they're gonna flesh it out.
And they probably are. I mean, we're both gonna try it. We're both gonna play. We're both probably gonna buy the first season, which fine.
Well, no.
But
is the game gonna be free or not?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If they put the game out and it's free and they have a battle pass, that's one thing. If they put the game out,
no. If it's free, yes, we're getting the season. But if they're gonna do the stupid crap of get the standard edition for $60, get the deluxe edition for $80, get the ultimate edition for $100.
Yeah, like if they charge anything, excuse me, if we can't play the base game for free, like don't get me wrong, I don't mind, I don't care if they put those out and it's like buy the deluxe edition for $40. I don't really care about that because I've never bought those things. It's if they let us play the base game. If they let us play the base game for free or not. Because if they let us play the base game for free, then I'm in. Great. We'll play. It's going to be awesome. Woo. Yeah. If they let us, or if they don't, if they're like, hey, $40.
Yep.
And we have to pay them $40, and then they have a battle pass that we have to buy to get everything, it's like, okay, I don't even know if I'm buying the game now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and especially since Suicide Squad did that.
Yeah.
Why can't Marvel?
Because I hope they learned their lesson.
They're both companies that need money, especially now. Warner Brothers lost a ton of money.
Yeah, well, deservingly.
So, exactly. And now Disney is losing a ton of money on Marvel and Star Wars.
Which is why they've been funneling money into Epic Games to then have a Marvel Epic Games collaboration. Which that's
where they're going to get a lot of revenue, which is going to work because it's going to work on not on just me, but also Ivana too, because she's also excited about that announcement and she already knows what she's going to buy. So like, they're going to be fine in that aspect. And I can't be mad because Fortnite is a fantastic way of putting different characters and different stuff and different buying options in a game to where you have full customizable everything.
Now,
you know what I mean?
If they go the Fortnite route, and I'm not talking about gameplay, I'm talking about if they go the Fortnite route with the Battle Pass, if they do that, and they occasionally give you free stuff, and on events they give you some free stuff. And if you buy the battle pass, you get the credits super easily. If they go that route, I'm in.
Yeah.
But it has to be seen because all that has come out. The announcement trailer came out 3 days ago, so it's something to where we really have to just wait to see. All we can do right now is speculate that they don't make it like Overwatch 2.
And it already looks so heavily like it. They like showing the gameplay. I should be excited because the gameplay, because we love Overwatch. Like that's our thing.
It's like a third-person Overwatch, though, I will say.
Yeah, and the Overwatch was fantastic, and now it kind of left like a bad little tang in our mouths where we visited every once in a while, but it's not like our main thing anymore. But it looks like just because of the gameplay and how it looks exactly like Overwatch 2. It kind of automatically has that little ting on it already, because you can already tell where the I wouldn't say inspiration, where the carbon copy of that game is from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it gives off very, very distinct Overwatch 2 vibes, which is not a great sign, but I have the slightest bit of hope that I hope they do the right thing, because, like, yes, Dreamlight Valley, they got a little bit greedy with the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Speedstorm, they do give you a decent amount of stuff in Speedstorm, I will say.
They do.
But to get everything you want, it's a little pricey. It's not awful. It's not awful, but it's a little pricey. So
yeah,
they're like 60% as far as how I trust them with games like that. I'm like 65%. So
yeah,
this will really be the determining factor, because Bob Iger himself said that Disney wants to lean more, and Marvel wants to lean more into gaming. If they can learn how to do it the right way, then we got a good situation. But it just depends on how they learn to do it. If they learn to do it in the greedy way of things, like a couple of live service games recently, then that's a problem. If they learn how to do it in either a unique way, or to follow the strategy of games like early Fortnite or like Overwatch 1, and follow stuff like that and realize, hey, we still get a bunch of popularity and people just want to spend money on the game if it's good, then they're in business. It just depends on how they go about this partnership.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't have a lot of hope.
Are you more just on the 40%?
Yeah, I'm extremely skeptical to where I don't think it's gonna appeal to me, because I'm already turned off by the fact that it might be a $60 base game.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, like I said, though, that's just something.
The price tag. they did that for Midnight Suns.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I pre-ordered when they said it was going to be free. I pre-ordered it on my Switch, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't be on the Switch anymore. And then all of a sudden it was too big of a game for it to be free.
Yeah. So I don't know. We just have to see. But yeah. Anyway, I think we're about. I find it really funny because before we talked about both of these subjects, we talked about like really depressing stuff with Star Wars the last 2 times. Let's talk about stuff we're excited about for Marvel. And
Disney, dude, is Disney ruining everything?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It's Disney, bro. Like, oh my goodness. Bad.
So I mean, we'll just have to see. But anyway, I think that's about it. I think we've hit it on the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're skeptically excited. If that's very skeptically excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what's to come. But that's gonna be it for this time. We are probably gonna be recording another episode right after this because I have to have some in the chamber for when I'm gone because I can't post from my phone, obviously.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, hey, maybe we'll do some kind of live stream or recording when I'm out there. Who knows? We'll talk about it. But that'll be it for this time. So thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and we will see all of you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah.